Yeah, man. It was not my finest hour, but I got wrecked by Amazon. This interview actually happened a while ago when I was just first starting out to interview for all these FANG companies. Oh, and when I mean FANG, I mean FANG Gultad. And I'm not going to say FANG Gultad all the time, so I'm just going to say FANG. So when I say FANG, think of big tech companies. Anyways, yeah, so I got an on-site interview. I went there, and then I bombed it. Amazon. By the way, thank you so much, Audible, for sponsoring. Nah, I'm just kidding, man. But I do want you to watch this trailer of my startup series. Check it out.
So about this vision, can you talk to me a little bit more about that? Like, what is your startup idea?
Yeah, it's I present to you NotVine.com, a platform to share 6.1 second long looping videos. It's a website that you can upload videos, and it's a mobile app.
What do you think about the startup?
Pretty dumb, to be honest. And we can't waste time thinking about scalability on an MVP.
Right now, our most limited resource is my patience with your shitty ideas. I am the most qualified person for this job.
I get shit done.
No, we can't launch that. It looks exactly like fun.
No, this is perfect. But to be honest, I just can't get Arya off my mind.
Who's Arya?
I fucking hate that guy.
Yo, Joma.
Yo, what's up?
So, you still working for Microsoft?
So what about you? Where are you up to?
Oh, I just sold another company.
I'll make him feel the pain that I felt. Until he's completely broken.
Oh shit. Alright, back to the Amazon interview. I just want to tell you guys quickly, play by play, what exactly happened, because it might be useful for you guys who want to apply to Amazon. So I got an Amazon referral from one of my friends, and yeah, that's actually basically how I apply to jobs nowadays, so that I could skip the line using the referral. So yeah, make sure you make friends in college, because it's really important. After a day or two, I got a coding assessment. It was a 2 coding question challenge, and they give you 90 minutes to do it. And I had to sign some sort of a confidential agreement, so I can't really share you the questions, but I could kind of tell you it's basically easy/medium questions. And yeah, that's it. There's also a section that is like describe your approach, where you just write about how you did your question and what was your approach. And then there's also a section that's kind of like behavioral. Well, I mean, they call it a survey, but I think it's actually just a behavioral portion. So of course I passed it because I've seen the questions already. Nah, I'm kidding. Am I? I don't know. I'm kidding. Am I? I don't know. No, I'm good. I didn't. After I passed the coding assessment, I actually didn't get a phone interview. I just talked to the recruiter, and they sent me right away for an on-site, which is kind of interesting. Yeah. So on to the on-site. Here is how I fucked up immediately. I went to the Amazon office in San Francisco, and I went there pretty early. I think I went there maybe 10 minutes early. Now, you really want to go there early because it's an interview. You don't want to be late, so it's pretty important. And also, you might want to drink some water, go to the bathroom right beforehand, so that's pretty important. So then I went to the lobby and I checked in, and then I asked for the person that needs to come down to get me. I just sat in the lobby waiting and waiting and waiting. And then because I was paranoid, 2 minutes before the scheduled time interview, I checked my phone. And then I realized I asked the wrong person to come to the front desk. It's okay. I fixed it. I went back to the front desk and I fixed it. No biggie, no problem. I sat back down. 5 minutes go by. 10 minutes go by. And still, no one was picking me up. I thought they were just late or something. So I checked my phone and I was like, fuck, I was in the wrong building. So I sprinted to the right building and I was already 15 minutes late by then. And then it took another 5 minutes to get the first interviewer. And when he came, he asked me, you just flew here this morning? Nope. So you flew in yesterday? Yeah, traffic is pretty bad, right? I mean, SF is crazy. Nope. Traffic was fine. Did we put you in a hotel that was really far or something? No. I actually live here, like in the Bay Area. Yeah. And he just stared at me. He was trying to hide his disappointment. And then I just said, yeah, I was in the wrong building. I got kind of confused. Sorry. So we went into the interview room and he sat me down and he started asking me about my resume. He started asking me about, why I wanted to switch back into SWE. And when I was done explaining, he was like, okay, let me talk about myself a little bit. Here's what I do at Amazon. I was like, holy shit, bro, dude, I don't have time, man. I'm already 15 minutes late. Just give me the coding question. I mean, I didn't actually say that, but that's what I was thinking. Like on the exterior, I was more like, oh, fascinating. That is quite a difficult problem. How does your team tackle this? Anyways, he took his sweet ass time and I ended up only getting like 20 minutes for the actual coding interview. I mean, I did okay. I got the optimal solution. I was able to code it up, but my code had some bugs here and there. And I was able to fix it while I was debugging my code. But, I was kind of messy. I didn't explain my thought process very well because I was pretty stressed with time, right? So I wasn't able to perform like I would have if I had more time. To be honest though, I'm not 100% sure that is the reason why they failed me. It could be the other interviews too, or specifically one other one. I'll talk about that later. Anyway, so then I had 4 more of those interviews because in total they have 5 interviews. Usually it's 4 coding and 1 system design. Well, at least that's what I had. So yeah, it's a long ass day and you get tired by the end of the day. The 4 coding questions were mostly easy to medium lead code questions, so those weren't that bad. I did decently on them because I practiced lead code and I wouldn't say I aced them, but I did solve most of the questions optimally, but sometimes I needed hints and also sometimes my code had some bugs in there, like maybe even typos. So it wasn't flawless. Also, each of these interviews, they actually have a behavioral portion. The thing about Amazon is that they have something called the 14 leadership principles. And basically what you have to do, you just have to memorize all of it. And then when they ask you behavioral questions, you have to exhibit these principles, exhibit these leadership principles. So think about your past experiences or just make it up, whatever, I don't care. But they have to demonstrate those leadership principles. I think I did okay because of my silver tongue, or actually more like bronze tongue, maybe like copper tongue. You know what? Never mind. I don't think I did that well in the behavioral portion. I can't even say behavioral. And then I also had 1 system design interview, and I think that's the interview that I got screwed on because I didn't practice system interviews that much, so I think that's why I failed. So I just wanted to share this story with you guys because I want you to know that interviewing can be a game of luck. I mean, I failed for valid reasons, but there are many times that you will fail an interview and you can feel like shit. I mean, I felt like shit, but it might have just been luck because a few months later, I'd say that I got offers from companies that I wanted to work for even more. So you never know. I mean, sometimes it's just a numbers game. It's pretty random. I want to end this video on this note. Your interview performance says nothing about you. It says nothing about your worth. It says nothing about your intelligence. And it says nothing about how good of a software engineer you are. Heck, I got a few good offers from these big tech companies, but I don't think I'm that great of a software engineer. I'm just good at interviewing. It doesn't mean anything. I'm sure many of you are better software engineers than I am, but it's just that these interviews can really bring you down and make you lose confidence. Man, don't lose confidence in yourself, especially because of an interview. keep practicing, keep getting better. You won't see huge differences overnight. Getting these SWE offers, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Not gonna lie, when I got that rejection, I was pretty depressed. I told myself, if I can't even get this offer, how am I gonna get the other job offers that I want? How am I gonna switch from data science to SWE? It feels bad at first, and it feels like it's gonna be forever, but it's not. In hindsight, I realized how silly it was for me to think these things, because now I got my dream job. I'm doing great at it, and I feel confident, and I love my teammates. It's great. Sometimes failures can be blessings in disguise. So don't dwell on your failures, but use them to grow. All right, so that's it. And don't forget to check out dailyinterviewpro.com. We send you one coding question per day so you can keep practicing and keep yourself accountable. When I was studying for all these interviews, I made sure that I did at least one question a day. So that's pretty important. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. But that's it. Peace.